what's going to get you here is hard work, right? So you got to put the time in, and I think the world's changed a little bit. You know, kids are different. They've been brought up different, but it's still a 7-day-a-week job. So I don't necessarily push them all 7 days a week, but they have to get a taste of what it really takes, you know, and it's, like I said, I'm fortunate I live close to here. Probably spend a little bit more time than I actually need to here, but you got to be around. And I think for the younger crew, you know, even with kids, and you got to put some things aside at times. It's unfortunate, it's one of those businesses that, you know, you're expected to be here 24/7. And like I said, it's a short season. We'll take our time in the winter when we can.
So I'm with Ben Whiting, it's Plymouth Country Club. Thanks for having us.
No problem.
Yeah, beautiful property. Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised right here in Plymouth, probably a couple miles here from the club. Grew up here, grew up playing golf here with my grandparents, and slowly worked my way to the top.
And what'd your dad do for a living?
My dad, he was a farmer as well. He raised trout for a living here in Plymouth. So half my family was White Horse Beach area, which is a little south of here, and the rest of the family was a little north of here, both sides.
And Plymouth was a much smaller town back then, or?
Yeah, real small. Small. It's like everything, it's grown.
Its population's kind of exploded.
It's wild, it's wild.
Yeah. And how did you get interested in golf?
Like I said, I grew up playing golf, so that was a big part of it. After my second year at UMass, I came back and decided that I didn't want to go back to school. I'd rather work on a golf course. So here we are after a few certificates and working my way up. This will be year number 16.
And so right out of UMass, internships and working as assistant was all here?
Yeah, everything was
and
here.
Who did you work for here?
So I originally worked for Ron Sherman. He was here 30 some odd years. At that time, I was just a laborer, and Warren Weldon took over. I was his assistant for 13 years. And like I said, I've been the super here now for 16, so 30 plus years. So Ross himself, believe it or not, his best friend lived here in Plymouth, a guy named Henry Hornblower. So at that time, Ross would vacation up here in the summers, and then Hornblower would go back to him to Pinehurst in the winters, and they did that for years. This was Hornblower's land. So at first, it was more of like a playground for Ross. Tried different things, made different greens. Unfortunately, no real original plans for this place. So it shows you that when he was here, it was just kind of a free-for-all. We're doing renovations now. Obviously, you want to get back to what Ross intended to have here. We do have some pictures, like the hole behind us. We did have actual footage of that, so at least we can kind of show what was there. It's a cool piece of property. They call it, you know, one of the most hidden gems on the South Shore of Massachusetts.
Well, thank you so much for having us here. It's such a beautiful piece of property. And like you said, it's a gem. You know, it's a hidden gem.
I appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you.